Your story might be the very thing someone needs to hear in order to keep going. Hi, I'm Shara, and you're listening to Life Stories. Hi, friends. It has been a minute since I have been on here by myself. I hope you're having a great weekend or a great week. This will air on Monday morning, so I hope you've enjoyed your weekend. No guests this week. I've got one for next week and a few lined up, but I wanted to come on here today, and I know I've talked about this a lot, and you'll probably hear me talk about it a lot more, but it's something I think is very important, and that is having an attitude of gratitude. You know, everybody goes through hard things. We all have stuff going on in our lives. Sometimes it's devastating. Sometimes it's just frustrating and a struggle, but everybody goes through hard things. Life is not always fun. I don't think it was ever intended to be fun. But we can always find something to be thankful for. And I know it's hard. I've been in those places in my life where everything seemed to be falling apart. Literally everything seemed to be falling apart. And I know it's hard in those times to be thankful. And it's a lot easier when things are going well to find things to be thankful for. But I think that no matter what situation we are in, we should find something to be thankful for, because when you can be thankful, your perspective about life can change. Your situation may not change quickly, your circumstances may not change, but I feel like when we can come at life with a grateful attitude, grateful for the things that we have, grateful that we're not, who we used to be if we're working on changing, grateful for the people in our life, if we can just find some things to be thankful for, I just feel like it changes our attitude, which will then change how we can get things done in our lives. And so I wanted to talk about a few things that I'm thankful for right now. Obviously, I'm thankful for the basic, my family, my friends, my house, all those. Those are all good things to be thankful for. But specifically, I'm thankful for my grandkids. I had a very good relationship with my grandmother pretty much my whole life. I think my teenage years, I probably didn't want her around a whole lot, but for the most part, we had a very good relationship, and I know that she knows how much I loved her because she told me. About 2 weeks before she died, I got to see her and visit with her, and she told me, she said, "I know that you love me." And I said, "Well, of course I love you." And she said, "No, I know you really love me." And that was one of the best gifts she could have given me, because yes, I did love her so much, and don't we want the people in our lives that we love, don't we want them to know it? We don't do things for them out of necessity. Maybe sometimes we do. But we don't do things for the people we love because we have to. We do it because we want to. Love is a choice. It's not a warm, fuzzy feeling. And so I'm thankful that she knew I love her, but I get to be that grandmother to my grandchildren. They were here last night, and, they're growing up. And so it's always fun to watch the way they talk about things differently and things they learn at school and learn from other people and just the funny things that they do. But they are the sweetest kids, and I am so thankful that I get to have a relationship with them. We get them about once a month. They come out here once a month to spend the night, or 2 nights if I can talk their mom into letting them stay 2 nights. They're just fun. They're sweet, and they are respectful, and they're fun to be with. They love to play, and that's what we do when they're here. We just play. We did cheers. Well, they did cheers. I watched. They played with our kittens, and we talked about all kinds of things, and we made some crafts, and we went on a golf cart ride, and we have fun when they're here. And I am so grateful that I get to have a relationship with them, that they want to be here, that they want to spend time with us, and that they like being around us. I know it's not going to be like that forever. I'm sure they'll be teenagers and they're not going to want to hang out with us like they do now. But man, I'm going to soak it up as much as I can. Our oldest granddaughter, she's never really been a cuddler. She's just not ever been one to just want to snuggle up with you. So when she does, man, we love it because we know it doesn't happen a lot. And so last night we were going to watch a movie, and I was going to turn the movie on, and my husband was going to go work on his continuing education while we were watching a Disney movie. And our oldest granddaughter climbed up in his lap and got her blanket and just snuggled up with him. And he said, "I guess I'm watching a movie now." He ditched the CEUs and stuck with his granddaughter. And I said, you better hold on to that because we don't get that a lot. And he did. He loved every minute of it. So that's one thing I'm thankful for right now is my grandkids. Another thing I'm thankful for, our adult son, our youngest son is an adult. They're all adults, but he lives with us. He's high functioning autistic, and he has always been a learning experience for me. I've learned a lot about myself and about him and just life. And lately, I'm realizing that I think in my attempt to protect him from a lot of things, that I've hindered him in some ways. And what I mean is he has recently started having some issues with stress and panic. Change has always been a very big deal for him, but normally he can just blow right through it. We explain what's going on. It may take him a little while, but he's okay. And there have been some situations where he's been very stressed. And when he gets stressed, and I know him better than anybody, I can look at his face and I know when there's something wrong. He cannot hide it from me. And so when he is stressed, I am stressed. And I've been very frustrated with that lately because I lived a lot of my life stressed, very stressed. And when I was able to get healed of a lot of things and learn how to manage that, change my thought processes, I don't like being stressed anymore. And I know that we all are. Everybody has stresses in their life. But I choose to let things go pretty quickly because I don't want to live that way anymore. It's miserable when you are constantly stressed and worried and afraid. It is miserable. And I don't like living like that. And so I've been frustrated lately with him being stressed because I've been making myself stressed. And it's something I've prayed about and I've talked to some friends about. And I realized I just had to change the way I was talking to him and handling some things. I had to let things go with him. And I have to, I can do everything I can do. I can explain the situation to him. And if he chooses to be upset about it, it's going to be his choice. And I've explained to him that I want to help him and I don't know what he's thinking. And so even if I can tell there's something wrong, he has to explain it to me, what he's thinking and what the problem is. And that if he will do that, then I will help him. But I can't help him if he doesn't tell me. And so that's helped. We've been able to talk through some things. He still sometimes has a hard time explaining. But when I realize it's something trivial, and normally I would try to protect him and make a big deal out of things being okay and, try to change his focus. I can't do that anymore because I can't do that forever with him. He's not a child, and I can't continue to try to control his circumstances to make him happy. And, I wish I could, but that's not real life. And so I think in trying to do that, and my intentions were good, my heart was right. I wanted to protect him, and I don't like him being stressed and upset and worried. But I've hindered him, I think, in some ways. And so I've seen some progress in the last week as we've talked things out, as he's explained some things to me. I think I've seen some progress with him. And so I'm thankful for that. Everything's not perfect. It's not all better. We're still dealing with issues. But to see a little bit of progress in that area is good for him and it's good for me. So I'm thankful for that this week. It's hard raising a child with special needs. I should be at a place in my life when I'm on my own. It's me and my husband, and, I don't have to worry about anybody else here. And I do. I will forever, probably. He'll always be with us. So I'm not complaining about him. I love my son. I'm happy that he's here. I'm happy that he's safe. But sometimes it's hard because it's not like raising a child that does not have special needs. It's just a completely different situation. And if you have a child with special needs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The other thing I'm thankful for right now is my family and friends. My husband's 50th birthday is next weekend. And he knows there are festivities. He knows there are things going on. He doesn't know exactly what, but he knows there's stuff being planned. And he's not somebody that ever wants, he doesn't mind attention, but he's not one that expects it. He doesn't ever ask for anything. He doesn't expect anything. And so I don't know how he feels about all of it, but I told him, you only turn 50 once. It's only once. So I want to make it special. And man, the people in our lives have stepped up to the plate. And I cannot wait for next weekend because I think he's going to know how loved he is. He is going to know how adored he is and how much people care about him. And it's going to be fun to celebrate him. So I'm so thankful for our family and friends that stepped up and helped out where I asked them to help out. It's going to be a good thing. Another thing I'm thankful for is good books. That is just something I will always be thankful for. I've read a few in the last couple of weeks, and that is like, I don't feel like it's an escape for me because I don't feel like I need to escape from my life, but I just enjoy great stories. I just enjoy great plots and great storytellers. I appreciate great writers and these authors who are writing these amazing books. I just love good books, and I'm thankful for them. I'm also thankful, and I've said this before, my daughter is now reading a lot, and so we are sharing books, which is so cool. I love it. I love it. There's a lot of things I'm thankful for. I could go on and on and on, and I'm not going to. I'll just talk about one more thing. I am so thankful for the opportunity to do this podcast. I am thankful for the opportunity to sit here and either pour out my heart to, a person that will listen or however many people that will listen. But I'm also thankful that I've gotten to talk to the people I've gotten to talk to, because I've met some incredible people. And if you've listened to this podcast for a while, there was one that I did, I think it was the end of last year, on the word for the year. And I might have done it at the beginning of this year, but my word for the year was connection. And I cannot tell you how many connections have been made in my life this year. I mean, I am blown away. At the beginning of the year, it was in March, I think, I went to the Behind Her Brand conference, and I've talked about that 100 times, and I will keep talking about it. But that was really a turning point for me in this podcast, because I was equipped with a lot of wisdom and information and just direction on how to keep going and what I could do better. And, I met people there that were willing to be on my podcast, and from there, I met other people. I mean, it just has kind of had a ripple effect, and it's opened doors for me for opportunities that I never would have had. Behind Her Brand has a magazine, and they asked if I wanted to be featured in their magazine for my podcast. And so this month, I think she said it was in September, the September issue, there's going to be a picture and a blurb about my podcast in there, which I'm super excited about. And then there are other opportunities this podcast has opened doors for me for that I can't talk about yet. But I never would have had these opportunities had it not been for Behind Her Brand, and had it not been for me even having the podcast, even stepping out and being brave and just trying. And so I'm so thankful. I'm thankful that I get to do this, that I have fun doing it, that I have met the people that I've met and heard the stories that I have. And I've several that I want to share in the next couple of months, hopefully. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for the people that listen. I'm thankful for the people that send me text messages and, DMs on social media and emails and teary phone messages telling me that they were just so touched by some of the stories that I've shared. And I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for the reviews that people have given, even if they just give me stars, even if they don't say anything. Whoever they are, I'm very thankful for all of it. It is a blessing to me to be able to do this. And when I talked to Lisa Miller, we talked about, I can't change the world, but I can do my part right where I am right here to encourage and help and build people up. And if everybody was doing their part, how much different would this world look? I can't change the world by myself, but all of us together can. And so I'm thankful that I get a part of that process of encouraging and helping and equipping and building people up and sharing these amazing stories that I'm getting to share. So thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking around and for encouraging my podcast to other people and for sharing it online. I'm super, super thankful. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for listening.